All right. All right. If anybody's watching, welcome to the live. Um, we're just gonna wait for some. Anyways, let's just get started with ranking these. We can wait for more people to join, and also sorry if the camera seems a bit fuzzy. I don't know what's going on. Just a lot of. I guess there's just a lot of issues. Anyways, let's just put this on the top because it's just that design. Um, yeah, that'll be at the top. Like it's just the perfect like it's just the Godzilla design. Um right. Um I don't actually know where to put this one. I do want to put it like right here since it's kind of ugly looking, but at the same time I want to put it right here cuz not only it was a bit terrifying when I was a kid, but also it does look pretty okay. It looks like Final Wars if he was shorter and was on crack. Um, you know what? Let's put it in between right here. We'll just put it in bad for this design. Um, I think it's hmm, let's put it in good for now. We'll put the 1962 design in good for now. Yeah, let's put it there. For the next design, we can probably put this maybe on good as well. Or maybe we could just put it on great or something. Yeah, let's put it in good. I think it's a pretty good design. It's not one of the best Showa era designs, but it's a good one. It's a good one. This one, yeah, we're definitely putting that in bad. This one, this is also bad. Um, yeah, these two are going to be on the bad tier. Um, okay. For this one, I'm gonna let someone decide where I should put this because I want to kind of put it right here. What do I think of Godzilla X Kong? I think it's a great movie. It's actually really great since it's like the first movie I've seen in theaters. It was amazing. I actually watched it when it was released on theaters on March 29th, and it was actually a really fun movie. The only problem I really had with my experience was that I think it was in 2D, so I had to have some sort of glasses to be able to see. And even with the glasses, I could barely see the film. But even with that, it was still fantastic. Um. Anyway, someone can decide where I should put this design because I don't know where to put it. I kind of want to put it in decent to at least save it from being right here because I mean everybody would put this design right here. Just to let y'all know, this is the 1967 design, so I can let y'all decide where I should put this. Hmm. I honestly don't know where to put this. Okay. Um, you know what? For right now, we'll just put it in bad. We can change where we can put this design. Like we can move it somewhere else. We're just gonna put it right there. You know what, actually, let's just move this up to great. This is a really great design. I actually really like it considering this design, and where is it? This design were the three Godzillas I grew up watching. All right, for I think this is Destroy All Monsters or the 1969 design, probably. Honestly, well, I remember in one of my videos where I was making designs, I put in perfect, but honestly, now I want to change it to great. It's a great design. I do like it. It's amazing, but I don't know. Just I think perfect is a bit too far, a little bit too far for this design. So we'll put it in great. All right. We have the 1972 design. Honestly, I guess it's kind of a step down. I mean, these two are the same designs, but I do think the 68 design was done better than the um 71, 72, and 69 design. Hmm. We'll put it in decent. I think decent will be good enough. All right, for the 73 design, um it looks pretty good. I do think it's a bit overrated. Not like over actually yeah, a bit overrated, but still a great design nonetheless. Hmm. I don't want to put it in perfect, but I don't see it being anywhere around here. We'll put it in great as well. All right. Now for this design, it's a step down because I think the pointy top or the angrier expression just makes it not like it makes it not likable for me a bit because I do think this one was better. If they just kept this one for the 74 and 75 design, I think that would have been good. Yeah, it was good too. Um, all right. See ya. Yeah, I think I remember you. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna put this in terrible. I just don't know what this is. What is this? What is this? That needs to be in terrible. All right, now we have the Showa era done. You guys can I guess um see if this is a W list so far for the designs. But yeah, you guys can help me switch it around if I should. Anyways, we have the 84 design. Um Honestly, he was pretty intimidating in the 84 movie. I don't think it was too intimidating. I don't even know too much about Chibi Godzilla, but I just doubt it even is a Godzilla. Anyways, we'll we'll put it in good. I think it's a good design. I really don't care about him having a giant bra face or frown. Yeah, I just don't care about it. He was still an intimidating Godzilla, and he was still really cool. Anyways, for the 89 design, I actually watched Godzilla vs. Biollante yesterday, which meant I watched all the Godzilla films besides the anime trilogy, but I still did. Really? Oh god, now I can kind of see it. I can actually kind of see it. Um, yeah, but anyways, I'm not I guess I'm not really too much of a big fan. Like his face looks so weird. It's still a good design. The pointy part of his head, I didn't care that much. It was just the face. I just don't know. Yeah, I think you're actually the only one that's even watching this. I guess no one wanted to bother to watch the live besides you. But I mean, I did just start it. I'm not one of those YouTubers that can start something and then all of a sudden 10,000 views. But anyways, continuing forward, um, we'll put it in decent. I think it's a decent design. Hmm. Um, I think the white toothless is actually called a light fairy. We can actually rank the How to Train Dragon dragons later in this live. But yeah. I'm pretty much just here to rank anything, just some random stuff I just want to rank. I don't know what, I don't know what it'll be, but I just want to rank some stuff because I have nothing else better in my mind for alive. So yeah. Anyways, this is gonna go to perfect. This is the Hisai Godzilla design. I just like how angry looking he looks, and he was just very. He's actually, I think, the biggest Godzilla. Actually, no, he is a very big Godzilla, but I do think I see him bigger than the rest. However, I think he's the same height as the later incarnations of the Hisai Godzilla. But I still think this one's better because, like, this design is just it. Still a plain design, a bit, but still perfect. Moving forward, there wasn't enough screen time for this Godzilla, so I can't. And I don't remember much from the movie because the movie is kind of forgettable. But what I should put this in perfect. I'm not sure about putting it in perfect. Not only he was not memorable in the movie itself isn't even memorable too, and I can actually know why because it's kind of forgettable. It's like really boring, but it's still an okay movie, I guess. All right, we can put it in good. I think good would be a good place to put it. The 1993 design. I think this one was actually pretty good. I think my favorite scene of this Godzilla would be his first fight with Mechagodzilla. We'll put it in great. I think great is good enough. Yeah, we'll have it in great. 1984. Okay, this is gonna be a very big hot take, but I'm not a fan of this design. In fact, any of these Hisai Godzilla designs, they're they're not the worst designs, but they're very plain. Because hold on, we'll just put it in good for a second. All these Hisai Godzilla designs just look very plain. Now they still look cool, I can say that, but it looks like something that looks smooth to touch. But when you compare it to something like Millennium or Monsterverse, you can actually feel how rough the skin looks with the scales. Heck, even the 1954 even looks rough. But I'll put it in decent. I'm not gonna put it in bad and terrible because I'm not gonna be that kind of Hisai hater. But yeah. Actually, I was actually thinking of putting Burning Godzilla in perfect instead of great, to be honest, because he looks more creative or more. Actually, I think creative's the best word to describe Burning Godzilla. Oh, I know some people aren't really a big fan of how he looks with those orange burns, but honestly, that's kind of the whole reason I like it because it's not like the thermal from the MonsterVerse where it's just like a lava carved Godzilla with some molten skin as well. It looks like it's an actual Godzilla design, but has some orange spots on it, almost like someone spilled orange juice on his like Godzilla. um, yeah, we'll put it in perfect. All right, Zilla. All right, let's get this out of the way. For design itself, it's actually really great, but for a Godzilla design, it's just um honestly, I would put this design. It kind of belongs here because it's not really a Godzilla design itself. It's more of a design for like a, I guess, 100 foot, 50 foot dinosaur. But for design itself, we're gonna move it up for good. It's a weird design for a Godzilla, but we'll put it in good because I do think this design actually looks pretty cool. And for the anime trilogy, we'll just put it on the same tier as well. Millennium Godzilla. Um, yeah, it is actually kind of like Godzillasaurus, except I think Godzillasaurus is shorter. Anyways, for Millennium Godzilla, hot take, but I really don't like this design that much. Well, not this actual design, this one. We'll put this one in a bad. We'll leave that one in great. Because I'm not a big fan of these Millennium designs because it looks like something it's kind of like the same situation as Evolved where it looks like um kind of like a Jet Jaguar situation where it looks like a kid drew a Godzilla and just they just went with that. And I would know cuz I used to actually draw Godzilla green. And it also doesn't help that these Godzilla designs are green as well. Now the purple spikes, um, it's a bit weird. I mean, I know some people like purple, but still, for it's I just it looks like a colorful mess for these two designs. But I will say they look, besides the coloring, the sculpting and the design itself is actually really great. We'll put this one in great since it's a bit darker, so it's kind of black. But this one was lighter, so it makes him green, so it'll stay in bad. It's kind of like actually these two actually remind me of this. And there's something. Yeah, I think yeah, the evolved design at first was weird to me, but the more I look at the design and the more it was a thing, the more I actually start loving the design. And also the big difference is that this one is green. This one is black. This is black G and this is green G. Well, this is more of a green G, but this is also green too, but it's darker. It's a very, very dark green. I'm Mr. Metal. Um, if you don't know what we're doing, Mr. Metal, I'm just kind of ranking whatever I kind of want here. If you want, you can help me where I can put this design because I'm thinking it in putting it either terrible or decent. But I'm just gonna leave it in bad. It is actually kind of funny. All right, GMK. This is actually a really great design. I like how evil he looks. Even though he is fat, I didn't mind it too much. What, this face review? Alright, I can do that in a bit, but Mr. Mel, I would like you to confirm if you wanted the 1967 design to be on Terrible. Yes? Alright then. I actually kinda like this design a bit. Even though it's goofy looking, I am kind of a fan of goofy things. But we will put it in Terrible. Alright, it isn't Terrible, Mr. Mel. Anyways, you want the face reveal, Wolf Gamer? Alright. Hello. Yep, this is my face. If I look ugly, then I mean you can decide if I look ugly. I don't have too much self confidence in myself to say I even look decent. But yeah. Alright, let me set this back up. Alright. Have there. Anyways, about this design, I like it because even though he is fat, it didn't mind me. And I also don't mind how he has no ears, too. The only problem I have with this design is the dorsal plates. It looks like they just grabbed tinfoil, crumpled it into a kind of shape, and then just attached it to the back of his body. But even with that, it's still okay. And I still like it because without the pupils, it actually makes it very intimidating and even makes him more evil and soulless like he was, which was kind of the whole point. Like he was so evil, he even made Ghidorah a good guy, and even like a 2v1 Mothra and Ghidorah. He didn't 3v1 because he already took out Baragon at that time. Anyways, um, beep boop beep boop beep 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 boop. All right, we'll leave that grade. I don't know what I just did there. Kiryu Goji, alright, well, we'll just put it in perfect. Even though it's not my favorite design, it's still a really great design. Like, they nailed it with this design. He's pretty much Kiryu Millennium Myra Goji. Sorry. I'm not used to the 54 Goji or Dera Goji or King Goji kind of name calling. But this is Millennium Godzilla. He's pretty much Millennium Godzilla, but he's gray. His dorsal plates are white, and he has more of a different build. Like he looks more buff, I guess you could say, a little bit more buff. And his face sculpt is more, I guess, wolf-like instead of cat-like. But anyways, despite that, he was actually really cool in the movie. Anyways, we got Final Wars. Oh yeah, you already know why I'm putting this. It's on perfect. He's a really great design. Like this design screams badass, and I love it. I just love it because he does actually look skinny. He looks skinny, but I do think he's a bit too skinny. And the dorsal plates are actually pretty fine. A little bit, they look a bit more spread out. Like spread out in a weird way, but still it's pretty great. And even though he does have eyes, it looks like he just has no eyes. I think it's the eyebrow problem. I think it's because of his eyebrows. It kind of it's kind of like the legendary Godzilla design where it kind of shields his eyes, which makes it impossible to see them. But still a fantastic badass design. All right, 2014 hot take, but this is also perfect. This is, you know what? This is the Godzilla design. Actually, hold up. Yeah. All right. All right. Anyways. All right. Shin. Oh boy. Um. For Shin Godzilla. It's all right. I guess. I mean, it's a good design. I can say that. But I don't think it's these top tier worthy for a design. I mean, it looks nice, but something about it just looks weird. Yeah, we'll put it in decent. Earth. Um, I mean, it's a giant tree, pretty much the biggest Godzilla we've ever seen so far. I didn't mean to put it there. Um, I mean, it's a giant tree, and for some reason, it kind of looks gorgeous to look at. We'll put it in good. We'll put it in good. Yeah, good. All right, hot take for this one, but we're gonna put it in great. I mean, it's a nice design. I do like how they brought back the 1954 spikes. All right, actually, I do have the figure with me, the 2019 design right here. Um, it actually looks fine. Like this design looks nice. I did like how they bring back the 1954 spikes, as you can see. But just, um, just something about it just looks weird. Like they don't look spiky like the 2021. They look more curved. Like they look more curved instead of pointy to me. Also, I don't know about y'all. You guys can say it for yourselves, but he does look. He still kind of carries the fat from 2014. You guys can decide if he does. Yeah, I still kind of think he does carry the fat, but but even with that, he's still a okay design. And let's let some aside. And let's put the camera back down. Um, even with that, we're gonna leave it at great. I think it could have been a bit better, but even with that, it's still a okay design. I'm not hating this design. I just think it's okay. I don't think it was a step up from 2014, if I'm gonna be honest. All right, Ultima. We'll put that one in perfect. Actually, no, we'll put it in great. I didn't care that much about his front side. He's actually a really good design for a Godzilla. I do like I guess the charcoal black of him. I also like the dorsal plates. The dorsal plates look very colorful, and he also has the longest tail, pretty much. And then he also is a bit fat. He's pretty much Queso. If Queso was a Godzilla, but yeah, we'll leave. We'll leave it right there. And also, hot take, but he's the most powerful Godzilla. This is the most powerful Godzilla. Because unlike the rest where they can scale through city to build from city to burning level, well, I don't think these ones well this one doesn't even pass building level. But let's just keep going. Alright. Continuing on from city level to planet level, this Godzilla is universal or multiversal since he can travel through dimensions and terraform planets, I guess, with archetype. I'm pretty sure that's what the show states. But I do know the show also states that he is able to destroy the universe. I know that. Anyways, 2021. Yep, that's going to perfect. It's pretty much the 2019 design, but this one has a red eyes, which awesome. He behaves more faster, agile, and also more skinny like, so awesome. His dorsal plates look more pointy, which awesome. And he's also more aggressive and not like a hero kind of type. So also awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be imperfect. Godzilla Rex, I think that's what it's called, or we'll go with Godzilla Rex. If I'm correct, this is Godzilla Jr. when he got resurrected after Burning Godzilla died. What just happened? We'll put that one in a good tier. We'll put it in a good tier. Yeah, we'll put it in a good tier. I don't think it's a terrible design. Actually, I can't do that to Biogoji. We'll put it in decent. Anyways, for the Chibi Godzilla, yeah, what even is this? This is not Godzilla. This is not Godzilla. -1. Oh, you already know this one's going imperfect. This was an amazing design. Honestly, right now, I'm also thinking this is the 1954 Godzilla if he was at a young age. Like, am I the only one that thinks that? I do think -1 is the younger version of 1954 Godzilla. But yeah. And also we'll put the Evolved in the perfect tier. Now, at first, I was kind of not too likable for this design. Like, it just doesn't it looked weird for a Godzilla design. I was honestly hoping we get more to 2021. But the more I watched, or the more I've seen the 2024 design, the more I started to say to myself, well, actually, it's pretty good. So, yeah, now I kind of like this design. Anyways, this is my tier list. I'm gonna give a second for y'all to think if this is a W list or a terrible list. Okay. Well, I guess nobody's watching. But anyways, we'll just put this right here. Um, I'm kind of thinking of opening a new tab. No, let's not open a new tab. Let's just search up another design. All right, let's do. I think it's kind of lagging for me. Yeah, sorry if you're experiencing lag on my laptop. This laptop's kind of old. What should we do? Hmm. You know what? Since GXK is out, why not do a Godzilla movie tier list? Godzilla movies. Okay, this appears to be the same thing. Let's reset this. Let's try to change my opinion on this. All right, let's change that to G for Godzilla. Let's get that out of here. All right. So now we're starting a new list. Since I've already ranked all Godzilla designs, now we're going to rank all the Godzilla movies. Because, I mean, yeah. So we'll start with the original. All right. I'm not going to wait for anyone to say otherwise. This is going to be G tier. This was my first ever Godzilla movie. Sorry. The camera seems to be a bit off. If you're experiencing some problems with my camera, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this is going to be a G tier. It's just the Godzilla film. Not the Godzilla film, but it did perfect. However, it is dated for what it is, but still, it needs to be on a G tier. Hopefully, we can make it to a 100 years of Godzilla, so we can have a 100-year anniversary for a Godzilla film. Hopefully, it's kind of the same as this. Maybe. Anyways, raids again. Um, we'll put this one at C. No, let's do B. This is actually the scariest Godzilla movie in my opinion. That's kind of a hot take, I guess. And I'm not saying that because of the man in the suit. That's actually something new. Um, I'm actually scared of this because the Godzilla design in this film was actually kind of terrifying. And even the whole feel, even the fights were kind of terrifying. Well, the fights weren't terrifying themselves. It was more the music. The music felt eerie and haunting. Yeah, we're gonna leave it in the B tier. King Kong vs. Godzilla, no debate. That's gonna be A tier. Jesus, camera. Um. All right, so we went with the first three Godzilla films. We got G to B tier. All right. Next up is this one. Um. Um. Hmm. Where should I put this one? Um. I mean, it's a Godzilla film. All right, we'll put it in B. It's honestly kind of boring, to be honest. All right, next up, Ghidorah the Free Monster. We'll also put that in B. It's actually kind of intimidating. It's actually pretty fun to watch, even though it is a bit too long to get into the actual fight. But even with that, it's still a problem. Uh, it's not a problem. Anyways, I changed my mind about Invasion of Astro Monster. It's not going to be on A tier. It's going to be on the tier. It is kind of boring, but it's still a great show movie nonetheless. Ever heard of Deep? Yeah, you're getting. Um. Yeah, we'll put it in F. No, that's a bit too far. We'll put it in D. Um. Son Godzilla, hot take, but that's also going to be A tier. It's actually a pretty great movie to watch. Um, I actually really liked it, even though Manoa was, yeah, very annoying, and even though the Godzilla design may not be the best design, in fact, it's actually the worst. It's still all right, I guess. Yeah, let's continue on. Destroy All Monsters. That's also going to be D tier, just because it needs to be there. All Monsters Attack. Wait, All Monsters Attack. Is that a film? We'll just put that in F tier. I didn't know that was actually a film. The last time I watched it, I thought it was gonna be a Godzilla movie. Was it a Godzilla movie? All right. Anyways, we'll put this. We'll put this on A tier. I think the design. I think it's kind of haunting, just a little bit, but it's still pretty good. All right, let's speed this up a little bit. Let's try to get the Hissite era out of the way so we can get into more of the deeper parts. All right, Godzilla vs. Gigan, that's going to be a D tier. Godzilla vs. Megalon, also a D tier. Godzilla vs. Mega Godzilla, that's going to be a B tier. That's Terror Mecha Godzilla, that's an F tier. Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla, B tier. All right, The Return of Godzilla, that's also going to be A tier. It's an amazing film. And I just watched this film yesterday. Um, it's pretty weird, a little bit. I don't think it has like that 80s vibe, but it's pretty Um, we'll put that in C. Yeah, we'll do C. It's still a great film nonetheless. All right, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. That's also going to be a C. I'm not changing my mind on this. The CGI is unbearable in this film. Or actually, I don't think they use CGI, but even then, the quality of this film is unbearable to see. I always try to find bleach to help my eyes when I see this. Did that even make sense? I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, this one's gonna be, put this in a D tier. This one's gonna be a B tier. This is gonna be an F tier. You're not changing my mind. This is a very boring film. There is barely anything that can save this film other than an F tier. Do not try to change my mind. Godzilla vs. Destroyer, on the other hand, that is definitely gonna be G tier. Cause I mean, what kind of G fan am I if I didn't put Godzilla vs. Destroyer in the G tier or the S tier? I changed it to a G tier. Anyways, 1998. I am not a real Godzilla fan if I put it anywhere else in this. As a film itself, hear me out. As a film itself, it's pretty okay. But for a Godzilla film, America, what the heck? Why? Why'd you do this for a Godzilla film? You should have called it Zilla or Giant Iguana or something. Whatever 90s title would suit a mutated iguana for. But I can assure you, a mutated iguana like Zilla is not a Godzilla. Yes, I'm gonna call it Zilla, even though it's not supposed to be pronounced as Zilla. I'm calling it Zilla because that's it's at least lucky to even have a title of Zilla. For this film, it's actually a bit boring, but pretty good. The CGI kind of didn't mind it, but it's a B tier. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus also very boring. Why? Well, I couldn't handle watching Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. The final fight scene was actually pretty good though. GMK, that's gonna be A tier, easy A tier. I love this. This was an amazing movie. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. This is gonna be a B tier. Tokyo SOS. This is actually a very great film. I actually liked Godzilla, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, Tokyo SOS, as it's kind of in the logo for some reason. It's kind of like a GMK logo. It's actually a bit wholesome to me, just like Godzilla vs. Destroyer. It's not too sad, but something about the Kiryu story in Tokyo SOS was just so sad. Like you actually feel bad for Godzilla in this movie because of the Kiryu saga. Yeah. Final Wars. Easiest cheats here in my life. I know some people are into this more interesting and story-like and more depressing part of Godzilla, but I'm a fan of action. I'm always in it for action, and even with that, Godzilla Final Wars does everything so well. Well, not depression, but nostalgia that'll work. It is actually very nostalgic to me, just like Godzilla 2014, which is also a G tier because it's so nostalgic to me. Does anyone remember when this movie was like everywhere? Like I'm talking shirts, comics, toys, like Jakks Pacific, NECA, SH Monster Arts, even games like the Godzilla PS4 game. Fun fact, the Godzilla PS4 game for their 2014 design for Godzilla, the Godzilla 2014 design is actually what SH Monster Arts used for their figure for Godzilla 2014. And honestly, I know some people weren't a fan of that figure, but I actually kind of like it like that. But I don't know. I don't have it in hand, so I can't really say too much. But we do know Hia Toys is actually gonna make a 2014 Godzilla figure, which thank you Hia Toys. Anyways, moving on, Shin Godzilla. This film was very boring, but in a good way. It was boring in a good way, I suppose. Um, put it in C tier because we'll need to fill that up. All right, we're gonna put these all in F because yes, King of the Monsters. Oh my god. Oh, not this film. Ugh. Where was the monster action in this? Where was the Godzilla? Why are the humans not so interesting like 2014? The only thing that saves this film was the how the action turn was played out. The screen time for the action, however, is so annoying and just not hypeful at all. So this is gonna be an easy C tier. The only thing it's only saving it from being in these tiers because the monster designs, the action, and the soundtrack. But yeah, and even the logic in this film does not make sense as well. I know there are some films of the Godzilla franchise that do not make sense in logic. Singular point. But I mean, at least it wasn't so much nonsense like King of the Monsters, where it was so stupid. Anyways, GVK, that's gonna be an A tier. I know some people aren't a big fan of GVK, but I actually really liked it. I was really happy to see this film because this at the time when this came out, this was 69 years ago. So it's not 69. It's not 69 years ago now. I think it's actually 72 years ago now. It was 69 years ago in 2021. So when this film came out, um, I was really excited to see it, and even with when the rematch came out, I was like really hoping Godzilla would win. And when GVK came out and I knew Godzilla won, I was so happy. Now I can finally die in peace because now I know Godzilla wins the debate. And also to all the Kong fans that are watching this, which I guess I don't think anybody's watching this, but for all the Kong fans, um, can you just accept that Godzilla won the debate already? Like GXK wasn't supposed to continue the debate. It was supposed to. It was already ended, so it was supposed to help unite both of them to team up something even great, which was kind of something GVK did, but they just made it for GXK to try and make it more of a make it I guess done right or executed right. Single point. Um a very confusing show or anime. Honestly, fun fact, I think anime is overrated because I'm not the kind of person that takes the time to sit down and watch episode or season after season after season. It's just it's unbearable for me to watch an anime. So that's why I think anime is overrated. But we'll put it in B tier. Yeah, we'll put Singular Point in B tier for now, even though it's very confusing. I actually kind of liked it a bit. Monarch, I liked how they tried to went back for the 2014 feel for this film. They didn't execute it right like 2014 did, but they did good enough. Monarch did good enough for the 2014 vibe. -1, of course, that's going to be on the G tier. I mean, it's it's honestly let's try and get. Yeah, this is the top 5 Godzilla films. This is at fifth place, and this is at first place. -1 was actually really close. I actually liked it. In fact, I would say it's this film, but for the modern Godzilla fans, for the modern day, um, to kind of try and fix its outdated kind of thing. Like this film is kind of like -1, but this film was outdated. So I guess they made this to try and fix the outdated issue, and they actually really did. It looks beautiful and stunning to watch. And the Godzilla, is actually really different. Instead of having the actual meaning to take revenge on humanity, he's just going for humanity for no reason. Kind of the same as GMK. But I would personally say GMK Godzilla is -1, is -1's Godzilla's master for villainy. And last but not least, we have GXK. Now, I would put this in G tier. However, the problem is that Godzilla, where were you? Where were you? But let's be honest, Godzilla did carry this film. And honestly, I kind of just wish this movie made Kong more likable for me. If anything, it made me not like Kong more. Well, mostly because the fans did it. So I guess I can't really blame the film. It's more of the fans' fault. I'm not liking Kong that much. I still like Kong. I'll say that. I'm not trying to be one of those Godzilla fans that hates Kong. I like Kong. But Kong fans, you need to realize the debate is so unfair. Even when this movie came out, the debate is unfair. The only reason Kong won in this movie was because of plot armor and a buff. In fact, they even had a size increase and give him more strength just for him to even be equal to Godzilla. That's how much they had to do for Kong to get him to Godzilla. And even with that, he lost in GVK. And I think he would have lost too in GXK. But honestly, the fight didn't really Godzilla didn't win, nor Kong won in the Egypt fight. It more of just they more of lost. They abandoned the fight and they just decided to come together to head to Hollow Earth and take out Scar King and Shimo. And speaking of Shimo, she's probably one of my favorite Godzilla monsters now. I mean, she was done well. And you guys can help me with this, but I think she's actually the first monster in the Godzilla franchise to be a cold or freeze monster or ice monster. I think so. But even with all kind of issues with GXK, it was still a blast to watch. Same with this film. Like I watched both -1 and GXK in theaters. It was amazing. Now I see why people like films so much when they went to theaters to see them. But yeah, I don't go to theaters too much because I guess it just costs more or it's just not worth the time, I guess. Anyways, yeah, this is my list for designs. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the live right here now, cause I think I've gone on for a bit too long now. Um, I can make another live actually. I can do another live. It can be more How to Train Your Dragon stuff, or it can be Godzilla monsters ranking, or something like that. But anyways, yeah. For anyone that made it to the end of this live, thanks for watching this whole live with me. Anyways, yeah, I'll be ending the live right here, right now. So thanks for watching this live.